And making this even more devastating, some articles have claimed that one of these children was actually in the house during the shootings.
What the what? Is this an appropriate ad for this type of video? What the fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, lube up your mother because Nick Crowley has uploaded again. Internet's darkest corners 7. 1 million views after 3 days. Holy shit. This video has to be insane though. I don't think this guy gets that many views within such a short time, right? This has to be like bad. This has to be really bad. Let's dive in. Oh shit, someone's calling my mom. Mother!
911 location of your emergency.
Wait. 911 call made on 11/7/2014. Oh my god, that's when 90% of my audience was born.
Okay, what's going on?
Alright, this is what's happened.
It's the 7th of November, 2014. 45-year-old Joseph Parker dials 911 at 2:45 in the morning to report an urgent incident that had taken place inside his home in Springville, Tennessee. An incident that had been solely his own doing.
Springfield? Isn't that where the Simpsons are from?
Inside his home in Springville, Tennessee.
A Springville, bro, it's the same shit.
An incident that had been solely his own doing.
I've been married 12 years.
Oh my god, bro. If the video begins with a 911 call, the 911 operator is like, alright bro, what's going on? And this guy starts saying, I've been married for 12 years. You already know shit is going down.
Which would have been 2 nights ago at 4 a.m.
Oh my god, it's even the anniversary.
I shot my wife.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
In the temple of her head. I thought I killed her. And I put her in the freezer out in the...
What the fuck? What the fuck is going on in the 911 operator's head though? Holy, like imagine you're just chilling there, right? And you just like 99% of things that the people call you for is like, you know, some random shit at all. There's a cat on a tree or some shit. Can we get the fire truck to get the cat down or some shit or whatever? And then some guy's like, yeah bro, I shot my wife and I put her in the freezer. What the fuck?
A day that should have been a celebration, but instead had somehow ended in Joseph shooting Samantha at point-blank range, before proceeding to put her body inside their garage freezer.
There's no way that's a freezer, right? That's a random stock image, right?
But this confession wasn't the real reason for his call.
Oh my god, it's happening. This is not the real reason for his call. There's gonna be something even worse.
As Joseph likely would have been content without ever reporting his own crime, had it not been for the fact that hours prior, he noticed something unusual.
What the fuck? What did he notice? Something unusual that he noticed. Wait, wait a minute. I'm not gonna play the video. I need to figure it out. This guy shot his wife, put her in the freezer, and he, under normal circumstances, wouldn't have called the police. He would just be like, yeah, whatever, bro. I did that. Let's just hide and then hope for the best. But something happened hours prior where he's like, fuck, I need to confess. Maybe he found a weird note from the wife where she admitted that she hired a hitman on... it's way too much, bro. It's way too much. I don't know. I have no idea.
I was in the garage when I checked on her tonight, and she's not dead. She's got a big hole in the temple of her head, and to get her body moved around in there, I think I broke her wrist. You know, she was frozen from being in the thing. She's been in this thing 48 hours now.
According to Joseph, Samantha was still alive, despite having a large hole in her head and spending so long in their freezer that she was seemingly frozen solid. When he checked on her that morning, he realized that she wasn't actually dead and was even still conscious.
Fuck. So he called the police because he's like, shit, maybe we should get her to the hospital. I changed my mind. There's no way.
The scenario Joseph was describing should have been impossible, with it being so outlandish that Joseph felt the need to tell the operator that this wasn't a prank.
There's no prank call. I need somebody to get out there and help her out. But I promise.
Honestly, but I heard about cases where people got shot in the head, where like half of the head was blown off and they actually survived and they didn't really suffer that many issues afterwards. But maybe this guy's just psychotic and he just imagines it.
This is a legit call and I need somebody to get out there and help her because I still love her. It's hard to believe.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's a little bit hard to believe. What the fuck?
I love her. I still love her. I've loved her every day I've been married to her. That is a rough stretch here.
He was being
A rough stretch, bro. I loved her 99% of the time, as though it was like a little rough stretch, so they decided to shoot her.
He was being serious, and all he wanted to do now was get Samantha help, as he claimed to still love her despite everything he had done. And help couldn't come quickly enough, as Joseph went into greater detail about...
Oh, this is not the woman, right? This is a stock image. For a second, I was actually freaked the fuck out. There's no way, right?
Just how bad Samantha's condition was, and how he was able to determine she was alive in the first place.
She's frozen. For 2 days, she's frozen solid. It's amazing she's still alive. She can talk, can move her jaw. She's in bad shape. I could get her to blink once, blink yes, blink twice, blink no.
What the fuck? I still think he's probably just imagining it or something. Maybe this guy, I don't know, psychotic or some shit. And she's actually dead, like dead. There's no way.
Despite being unable to speak or move, Samantha was still blinking, and was actually blinking in response to questions Joseph was asking her, once for yes and twice for no. And in a moment of what appears to be a regret for what he had done, he tried to make things better by giving her blankets and pouring water in her mouth.
What the fuck? Why not just immediately call the police if he is regretting it?
But despite admitting to the murder, he made it clear that he had no intention of going to prison. He just wanted to make sure that Samantha was saved.
Don't want to get arrested tonight and all that.
Telling the operator that they'll find her in the freezer, before ending the call shortly after.
What the fuck? This guy's like, I made her as comfortable as possible, but she's still in the freezer. What the fuck's the point of giving her a blanket in the freezer? What?
Sure enough, when authorities entered Joseph and Samantha's home and ventured into the garage, they would see Samantha's red hair flowing out from the side of the freezer, and inside, they would find Samantha herself. But other than this, it was clear that Joseph's retelling of events was flawed, to say the least, as Samantha hadn't just been placed inside the freezer, she had been jammed inside of it, as if he was desperate to get her to fit inside. So much so that he actually sawed off her left leg, along with making a series of other cuts to her body to get her to fit. And this wasn't even the most damning revelation, with the most important having to do with Samantha's condition. Just by looking at her, it was clear that there was no way in hell she survived. Samantha was dead, and had been dead for days, likely having been killed instantly by the gunshot, meaning that the blinking Joseph had witnessed was entirely hallucinatory.
Bro, this is so fucked up. Bro, I have goosebumps, bro. This is so fucked up. Imagine that.
Upon the discovery, Joseph quickly became the #1 most wanted man in Tennessee, and that same day, police would track down his vehicle as he appeared to have been trying to flee the state. But the officers got to him first, pulling him over and then surrounding his vehicle, drawing their guns and preparing for anything. But just as Joseph had said on the phone, he had no interest in going to jail. And that was something he was dead serious about.
Damn.
When officers finally got his car door opened, they would find Joseph Parker in the driver's seat, dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head, with this 911 call leaving a haunting impression on myself and the many others who have stumbled across it in the internet's darkest corners.
That shit wild. What the fuck?
Plant the bomb!
What type of Chinese Counter-Strike is this, bro? What the fuck?
Do you ever feel like you're being watched?
Oh yeah, oh brother! Fuck! He's making a video of me, bro! Imagine! Fuck! He's making a video of Radel! I knew it probably was in the thumbnail!
Take my online privacy so seriously.
What is that camera? What is this camera quality? This guy looks like a found footage. 100%. I swear to God, bro, someone filmed my mom's wedding in the 80s with a better camera than this guy, his sponsorship. Oh shit, Jennifer Sheffield.
Jennifer Sheffield's life was largely encapsulated by the posts she made on social media. She worked hard studying in medical school with the hope of becoming a doctor, a journey that she documented on her growing TikTok page. But when she wasn't at school or at a hospital...
Bro, how do people on TikTok have so many 430,000 likes? And it's some random woman documenting studying for med school or something?
But when she wasn't at school or at a hospital, her time was spent with her family. She had been married to a man named Brandon Sheffield for around a decade, And when they met, Brandon already had 2 children from a separate relationship.
Oof.
Though this didn't deter her in any way, and instead she took on the responsibility of helping to care for them, as she loved to share her memories and moments with Brandon, cultivating this image of the perfect family.
Bro, holy fuck. Bro, if this already begins like that, you already know some wild shit is gonna happen. Something really bad is gonna happen.
But on social media, things are rarely ever as they seem.
Yep.
And on the 10th of December 2024, Jennifer would drop a bombshell on her followers.
Oh god.
So, about to be a newly single mom, and I am in the middle of a divorce. My husband is being incredible though, like really and truly, like we're working together.
What? She's telling her followers that she's gonna be single. I thought for a second it's gonna be, I don't know, a abusive husband or something like that. But she's like, no, he's actually wonderful, and we're working together. What? What the fuck happened?
We're working together, everything's great, we're splitting everything down the middle.
Oh my god, I beg you, put your hands on the steering wheel. Oh my fucking god.
You know, everything.
Oh my god, why is she doing that?
Despite the sad and even shocking news, it was clear that they were handling it better than most, as Jennifer described Brandon as having been incredible throughout the process.
Oh my god, what the fuck is gonna happen? What is gonna happen? There's no way, everything is way too perfect.
It is a very civil divorce with our daughter in mind.
Oh god,
And
oh my god.
you know,
Why is she doing that? Put your hands on the steering wheel!
At this point, the divorce itself was going about as well as it could be, and there seemed to be no bad blood between them. Though, as I said before, on social media,
Oh god, the music, tape stopping sound effect. The music is real. It's happening.
on social media, things are rarely as they seem.
Yep. Oh god.
We have more breaking news now. This out of Brandon, where a husband and wife are dead following a murder. According to Brandon police, the couple was found on Toulon Street this morning.
18 days after posting this video, praising Brandon Sheffield for the incredible way he had been handling their divorce, both Jennifer and Brandon would be found dead inside their
What the
Mississippi.
fuck is that?
Inside, officers discovered the pair lying next to each other. Each had a single gunshot wound to the head, with one thing being blatantly obvious. Brandon Sheffield had been the one to pull the trigger both times, shooting Jennifer before turning the gun on himself.
But how? What? How? Everything was fine for 10 years and then suddenly 18 days later after the whole divorce thing, just nah bro, shoot, goodbye.
Or perhaps he just wanted Jennifer all to himself. And if he couldn't have her, no one could. And because of Brandon's actions, not only was Jennifer robbed of her future, but these children were robbed of their mother figure and their father figure all in one night. And making this even more devastating, some articles have claimed that one of these children was actually in the house during the shootings. What Brandon did was nothing short of evil.
What the what? Is this an appropriate ad for this type of video? What the fuck? Don't hang up. I'll try my best.
It was the usual start to the day for Rhoda McFarland. The 42-year-old manager of the Lane Bryant store in Tinley Park, Illinois, was no stranger to big sales. February 2nd, 2008, was yet another one of these sales. And as she clocked in for work that morning at 10 a.m., she and her coworker braced for a potential rush of excited shoppers. The rush, however, wasn't as dramatic as they may have expected, and in the first 15 minutes or so of opening, only 5 people had entered the store, 4 of which were female shoppers looking for some deals, while the 5th was a delivery man who walked in holding a stack of papers. Growing more and more suspicious by the minute, Rhoda quietly placed a call to a nearby Lane Bryant store, who confirmed to her that there was in fact nothing scheduled to be dropped off that day. But before she could even process this information, an incident was already unfolding around her. Out of nowhere, the delivery man pulled out a pistol and pointed it at the women, yelling at them to hand over the money from the register. After he was satisfied with the collection, he forced the women to the back of the store, where one by one he bound them with duct tape, placing them each face down on the floor, and putting underwear over their heads to obstruct their view. It appeared to be a fairly high-level robbery, but after he now had them all in the back room, the whole operation seemed to grind to a halt. It was like he didn't know what to do next, as he started pacing the room and slowly losing his cool.
Why? What? Why is this guy even doing that? I don't get it. For money? The moment he has money, he goes home, right? Isn't that the plan?
It was clear that the pressure was getting to him, and sensing his disorganization, Rhoda seized the opportunity, quietly slipping her hand free, allowing her to call 911 through her Bluetooth headset.
911 emergency. Lane Bryant. We're at
Despite the man being in the room with her and the others, Rhoda managed to alert authorities to her exact location, telling them to hurry,
Oh my god, imagine that's you in this case, bro. Imagine you have Bluetooth headphones or whatever, and you manage to call the police, bro. Like, brother, imagine the panic. I don't know, if you talk a little bit too loud or you, I don't know, just a little bit too suspicious, this guy might shoot you. Who knows? You know what I mean? That's crazy.
In the background, you can also hear the robber himself, whose disheveled state is apparent as he outwardly states, the operator was on it, quickly dialing dispatch and telling Rhoda not to hang up.
Stay on the line. Let me get you to Tinley Park. Don't hang up.
Though within just a split second, the call disconnected. By some stroke of good fortune, there was actually an officer in that shopping center only about 100 feet away, and from the time that Rhoda made that call, the officer managed to arrive on the scene within just a few minutes.
Damn.
He rushed inside the store, but inside he found nothing, until he made his way over to that back room. Inside, he would find them. 6 women with underwear over their heads, lying on the floor, each one having been shot execution style just seconds after Rhoda's 911 call. It was a mass murder, but in the midst of this awful scene, one thing was missing.
The guy.
The killer himself. And so authorities flooded the area, scanning and searching all over for the gunman, who was described as a black man with a husky build and a single braid that fell to his right cheek that ended in green beads. And the reason they knew exactly what he looked like wasn't because of security footage, as at the time the store didn't even have any CCTV cameras, but instead, it was because one of the women actually survived.
Oh my fucking god.
When the man began his executions, he moved his way over to the employee that Rhoda came in to help, and when he fired his gun, she moved at just the right moment, causing the bullet to graze her neck, to which she proceeded to then play dead so that the man wouldn't notice. And thankfully—
Bro, holy shit. Imagine that's you in the situation, bro. This guy's executing everyone. She, by a stroke of luck, moves at the exact same point where this guy's shooting her, hitting her in the neck, and then for this like a split second, she decides, you know what, I probably should play dead. And then she's playing dead. And this guy's executing everyone else, probably, if she wasn't the last one. Like, brother, that's crazy.
her testimony is the reason why we know exactly what this man looks like, and why we know what those moments were like before the shooting. But despite this, after doing a thorough search of the area, even utilizing a helicopter, there was no trace of the killer.
How the fuck can that be?
CCTV.
What? This woman called the police. 20 seconds later or whatever, this guy starts executing everyone. A couple minutes later, the police actually showed up at the, inside the store. This guy's gone completely. There's no trace whatsoever.
CCTV footage from a neighboring store showed that just before Rhoda made—
Oh my god, what the fuck is this CCTV, bro? The fuck? Even the arrow has shit quality.
CCTV footage from a neighboring store showed that just before Rhoda made that call to 911, two large SUVs pulled up in front of the building right after the—
I swear to God. Two large SUVs, bro. This shit looks like this one footage from the black hole that people take a picture of.
It's believed that both of these SUVs were involved in some way, with one potentially being a lookout and the other likely being the getaway car, explaining how he would have gotten away so quickly. That was 18 years ago.
Don't tell me they still haven't found this guy. There's no way. There's no way they actually didn't find this guy.
And today, neither the shooter nor the drivers have ever been identified.
What the fuck? 18 years later?
Marking a rare instance in which a mass shooting in America went unsolved, leaving us with so many unanswered questions to this day, with one of the biggest being the motive. I mean, in total, the killer only made off with about $200.
What
and that's
fuck? You're telling me 18 years later, the police has literally no trace, as if this guy literally just vanished into thin air.
But it's impossible to know for sure at the moment, and might not ever be known, as despite having survivor testimony, an exact description of this man's face and body, his voice, and even his DNA, which was discovered under one of the victim's fingernails.
What? Bro, they literally got everything from him. Still no idea who this guy is.
We still have no idea who this man is, or where he went.
$100,000. What the fuck? Bro, I thought this is like a easy case to solve. They got everything from this guy, but no, 18 years later, still no idea. Whenever I watch Nick Crowley, I feel disturbed. Now I'm just pissed off. Fuck.